All right. Not a good day for me. Well, it hasn't been a good couple of weeks for me, but I'll try to maintain my composure. Um, and I've been pretty quiet the past couple of weeks, pending the outcome of this because the investigation and stuff. Well, I guess there's no reason for me to be quiet anymore. I mean, being quiet ain't gonna help nobody. Being quiet don't get noticed. Being quiet ain't gonna change anything. So I'll just break it down. Most of you have probably read what's going on. If not, back on the 10th, I posted some various memes and posts that I had wrote about Charlie Kirk and pretty much my satisfaction with the fact the world's a better place without him, and pointing out facts of things he said and did and why he was an awful person. And then, I made some backlash against these weirdos that are like trying to deify him, compare him to Martin Luther King, and try to make him some kind of a civil rights leader or some shit. And he's exactly opposite of that. And so some local politicians got pointed towards my page and my post, and they decided to dox me and post my employer and the phone number to my employer, and they encouraged their people to call and speak their mind and get me fired. And well, ultimately they did. So maybe they make them feel like they win. All right. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. Job prospects are not real good for me. For one, I'm pushing 60. Um, I've got heart problems. I've got cancer. And, I had to quit driving trucks several years ago because I tore my rotator cuff, and it won't heal. It needs surgery, but they won't do surgery on me because of my heart. So I'm kind of stuck there. I received a settlement, a one-time settlement for um, the permanent shoulder injury. I'm disabled by LNI, and it wasn't a big payout. It was $10,000, and being out of work and stuff. $10,000 didn't go real far. So I'm limited in my capacity physically as to what I'm able to do, and so ultimately, I was unable to pass the DOT test anymore to maintain my CDL, so I can't drive truck no more. And that's been several years, and my health ain't gotten any better over time. And so anyway, well, I'm just rambling, I guess. But one option I do have is my page is monetized. Um, Maybe I'll just go all out political. Maybe I'll be the Charlie Kirk of this side, and so maybe I'll get enough views and hits and subscribers and stuff that I can make enough money to exist anyway. I've never wanted to be rich, even when I had the store and stuff. Many of you, that's where you know me from, and the money was never important to me. And I stuck out for human rights and against the fascism back then, and it cost me a lot of customers because I didn't want dirty money from dirty people. So I had no problem exiting them from the shop. And in the end, yeah, maybe it put me out of business, but it didn't put me out of my moral. My moral's still intact, and I can sleep well at night. And in the end, when I pass, I have no regrets, and there won't be nothing hanging over my head or held against me in the next life. I've I've lived how I believe, and I have defended what I believe, even when it doesn't concern me. Because to me, when one person is violated, whether it's their rights or civilly or legally, or if they're just being violated personally by another individual, I've always stuck out for people's rights. And bigotry has no place around me or in my life, and I'm never going to quit talking about it or speaking against it. Neither am I going to quit speaking against any kind of discrimination, whether it's racial, against your sex, against your sexuality, against your religion. I'm not a religious person, but I believe you have a right, and you shouldn't be condemned for your religion. Now, they don't mean you shouldn't be condemned for things you do in the name of your religion, because we have a whole party that's doing that right now. But anyway, today they officially terminated me. Um, when I got there, there was even no room for me to speak. They had already decided the paperwork was drawn out. They handed it to me and asked me if I needed to see anything to say, but that it would not change the outcome of the decision. They would just note it in my file. So that's where I'm at, and I've contacted lawyers even before today. As soon as this all happened, I haven't got no callbacks. I've sat on the phone, um, speak to legal aid, and till it run out of time. They only do intake 3 hours a day. They're supposed to call me back because I left my number. I was next in line, and they never called me back. I filed ethics complaints against a couple politicians. One was dismissed because it was a county politician rather than a state politician. Ethics board only handles state elected officials. But I did get a letter today that they're investigating the state official, and if they find there was violations, they'll be in contact with me and proceed from there. I've contacted the ACLU, have not heard nothing back. I've contacted the governor's office. I've contacted my state representative from my district's office, and nothing back. Nobody cares. Nobody's working for us, folks. So we got to work for ourselves. So being quiet ain't gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. And if one person's rights gets violated, everybody's rights gets violated. Because if that Constitution ain't protecting that guy, what makes you think it's going to protect you or anybody else? And if the people that are working to uphold that Constitution aren't doing it for that guy, what makes you think they're going to do it for you? They're self-serving. They'll protect their friends, but they ain't going to protect anybody that it don't benefit them or if they don't like them. Politicians, civil servants, it's all the same. It's all subjective to their individual perception of you. And if you're not in the clique, you're not in the clique. And if you're not the friend, you're their enemy. That's just how it is, I guess. And I never thought I'd see it come to this, but anyway, that's where things are going, and that's where things are at. And fascism isn't coming; it's here. It's already here. Democracy's gone. Democracy is gone. So unless we can overthrow it, it's just going to continue to slide downhill. And people that sit back and think, well, this ain't affecting me, or ain't affecting me right now. Well, it's going to affect you. That's the thing. Down the line, it's just like a mudslide. People at the top of the hill get hit first. People at the bottom hill get hit harder because it all comes down on them at once. So it's in your best interest to stand up and voice your opinions, protest, fight whatever way you can. If you got some money to throw into the ring for politicians that are working for us, that are fighting, or organizations, do that. If not, go to some rallies, speak out in local town hall meetings, just let them know it's not all right. And if you see somebody that's being harassed, stand up for them. You know, they don't have to be affecting you. It's going to be the right thing to do and to protect your rights for the next time or the next, later down the line. So I don't know what else to say at this moment. I'm just a mixed bag of livid, pissed off, feeling somewhat defeated in ways, and concerned. I mean, I got to figure out a way I'm going to pay bills, and exist, So give me enough likes and hits on this thing, and share it around, whatever. And then maybe I'll start tallying up a little bit from this and decide to just become a podcaster and speak out against all this shit on a regular basis when I'm better scripted and in a better frame of mind. All right, folks, take care and good luck because we're all going to need it.